Recent reports have shown how energy use by AI data centers that we've been talking about are potentially causing electricity prices to rise for some Americans. But a new study says our drinking water is also impacted.
Hyperscale artificial intelligence data centers can consume up to 5 million gallons of water a day, threatening local aquifers and draining our electrical grid dry. When public outrage over this crisis forced St. Charles County officials to act, the community expected real, permanent protection.
I don't think words can express how worried I am. I wake up in the morning and it's the first thing that comes into my mind is this: the protection of our water sources for generations to come.
According to the city, 60% of St. Charles's water supply is local from the Elm Point Road water treatment plant. The other 40% is bought from the city of St. Louis.
It's not if they're going to need these wells in the future, they're going to have these wells. We're going to need the water.
Instead, they got a masterclass in deflection. While Councilman Joe Brazil demanded an indefinite ban to lock developers out, the administration quietly engineered a way to keep the doors wide open, crafting a temporary pause designed strictly to survive the next election cycle.
Mr. Brazil.
Yeah, I was wondering, somebody mentioned that St. Charles City and O'Fallon did a 12-month moratorium. Is that correct?
St. Charles did a permanent ban.
St. Charles did.
O'Fallon is considering one.
If St. Charles thought it was lawful to do a permanent one, I don't know why we're not doing a permanent one to revisit.
To win re-election, Steve Ehlmann marketed a single brand: expertise.
The issue, of course, is experience.
Steve Ehlmann's got a lot of that, so much he thought about retirement, told voters he wouldn't run again. He is, in fact, running again.
After previously vowing to step down and retire, he reversed course to run once more, positioning his 20-year record as the only thing standing between St. Charles County and chaos.
I felt like I was abandoning at a time when politics still needed someone who thought those sorts of values are important.
But when public anger over data centers reached a boiling point, that veteran experience was not deployed to secure permanent boundaries. Instead, it became a calculated delay tactic, kicking the can down the road and passing the buck to let state legislation handle the fallout. Before the council even voted on the restrictions, Ehlmann engineered the narrative.
To ban anything without first giving it a thorough study and examination is not good public policy.
While other cities enacted permanent bans or robust 12-month blocks, Ehlmann brought in the county attorney, Rory O'Sullivan, to act as the legal bulldog, insisting that state case law strictly limited any moratorium to a meager 6 months.
Mr. Chairman, last meeting, I thought Rory explained that in Missouri, there's case law to the effect that you can only do a moratorium for 6 months at a time. Now, after 6 months, you can vote to do it another 6 months. But there's a reason for that. Rory,
Can we ban them? I mean, the city banned it, so how do, I mean, yeah.
Well, I don't know what the city did, but all of us took an oath to enforce the Constitution and the laws of the state of Missouri. And our attorneys tell us that the case law allows only a 6-month moratorium.
So are the other attorneys wrong? They did it 12 months and did a permanent one? I mean, because we're just taking a very weak stance on this by going 6 months.
I'm not going to comment on the city of St. Charles attorney.
Well,
Ehlmann played the conductor, keeping the timeline comfortably tied to the election cycle. But Councilman Joe Brazil called out the maneuver for what it was: a political show.
last meeting I said that this seems more like a political show because it's only 6 months and it's right after the general election.
Brazil argued that a 6-month hold was embarrassing and toothless, pushing instead for a real stance and challenging the administration to let developers fight them in court if they dared.
6 months is nothing. I mean, it's really embarrassing. It's just a show. But if I will make a motion that I'd like to, I would prefer 2, but I would settle for 1, but 2 would be better. Because it gives us more time to think this whole process through. We can always change it. If someone challenges us and someone says, well, you can't do that, it's illegal, well then fine, challenge us in court. That's what courts are for, right? But then we just pull it, then we readjust it. But 6 months is nothing.
The debate over the timeline brought out the underlying friction on the council. While Ehlmann and his legal counsel dug their heels in to force the tight 6-month cap, it seems clear the election calendar was writing the rules. For an administration that prides itself on expertise, setting a deadline that barely gave the county time to breathe, let alone mount a real defense, wasn't a genuine safeguard. It was simply a political shield designed to absorb the pressure and buy time. And 6 months isn't just short, it's mathematically impossible for a real study. That window isn't enough time to properly analyze the severe strain these facilities put on local infrastructure. A rushed assessment means incomplete data, and incomplete data means a flawed plan. Did the administration set a 6-month clock to actually find answers? Or was it just long enough to quiet the public and just short enough to ensure no real answers are ever found? When the final vote came down, it was unanimous. The administration got their clean, quiet 6-month buffer, and the council patted themselves on the back for taking action. But when push came to shove, it was Steve's supposed expertise that successfully muzzled Councilman Brazil and neutered any real action. While voters demanded genuine protection, Ehlmann chose the path of least resistance, handing developers a clean runway to sweep in the moment the election is over.
We just don't want to get screwed. We want total honesty. We want all the facts delivered to us. No ifs, ands, or buts.